Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Retrograde Entropy, and it's like day 22 or day 23, I can't remember. So had a pretty big day on Wednesday with the no computer day, and then yesterday was a pretty normal day, I guess. Did actually use the computer quite a bit. Did this video in the morning, and then I did 3 hours of playing computer games. After that, after the third hour, I definitely felt a bit out of it, like I was using the computer too much. So I went off and did some other stuff. Watched a movie. I can't remember exactly. Watched a bit of YouTube. Did a bit of iPhone. Did some other stuff. A very cold day yesterday, top of 14, so I didn't get to go out too much. I didn't have the windows open. But today it's supposed to be getting over 20 in the afternoon, so that's going to be fantastic. But a very interesting thing yesterday. So I had the 3 hours in the morning of playing computer nonstop, and then I sort of got tired, so I backed away from playing the computer and backed away from YouTube a bit. I can't remember exactly what I did in the afternoon, but I think it was like watching TV, going out for a walk even though it was freezing, trying to get more into other stuff, trying to stay away from the computer. And an interesting thing which is kind of a repeat of Wednesday. It was like 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m., and I was doing a jigsaw puzzle, and I really wanted to get back on the computer, and I was like, nah, I already did 3 hours of playing today. It would be a bad idea to do another 3 hours. But I was feeling lethargic, like I did on Wednesdays. I was feeling like, oh, feeling tired. And I attributed that to the fact that I was on the computer for 3 hours. So I thought, common sense, after I've done 3 hours, you probably shouldn't do any more. And it was like 5:30 p.m, so it was a bit late as well. So I was like, oh, maybe not. But what I did was I got sick of being lethargic, so I did another hour on the computer, and after that hour, I actually felt better. So it's amazing. It's kind of reproving what I found on Wednesday, but it's also sort of setting the goalposts a little bit as to how much computer I can actually play. Because I would have thought 3 hours and then move on to other stuff, and that's a nice balance. But apparently, that's not enough of a balance in terms of actually playing computer. And I think it's more of I don't think I could do it in a daily basis sort of stuff. I think it's going to be a case of do 2 hours and then take a break and then do another 2 hours later, something like that. Something along those lines, because I think obviously 3 hours in a row is a bit much, but I don't think I can say I can only spend this much time playing computer games per day. I think it needs to be a little bit more flexible than that. And then if I'm getting tired or lethargic and stuff, then I need to get back on the computer and start playing more games to sort of get me energized here. That's crazy. I really want to start working on some programming. I've done one game, Mastermind. I've programmed that up and did some AI for that. AI for actually solving that, so that's awesome. So I've got a few more games that I want to do. And I think if I start getting into that, that'll get me energized even more than computer games, potentially. And because it's the coding IDE I use is Eclipse, so it's very, very static on the screen. So there's no movement at all. It is white, which makes it a little bit brighter than just a dark background. And games, they're not usually white. They're usually lots of colors. So that's a bit easier on the eyes, whereas white is a bit hard. I might start playing around with the dark background. I did that once, but it screwed up the workplace, the working store, or whatever the hell it is, on the left hand side. It made it look a bit funny. So yeah, but I might try that again. I might try a black background, a dark background, because that'll make it a lot easier to work in. And yeah, because playing games definitely boosts up the intellectual thingy-bob, the intellectual stimulation. But I have a feeling that coding will do it even more. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But I'm definitely going to be playing a bunch more games again. The game I'm into right now is really, really good, very intellectually stimulating. So yeah, that's amazing. And so I'll probably do that in the morning, and then in the afternoon, when it gets above 20, I might do a couple of walks. I already did my exercise on the exercise machine. Going to do that every day and try and keep that physical fitness going. And yeah, this is kind of haven't really told you anything that I didn't tell you yesterday, so it's kind of just a repeat video, I guess. But yeah, just keeping on. So I got shopping on Sunday. I got my parents on Tuesday. Purposely didn't do it on Monday or Saturday because I wanted a spare day, a rest day in between. And then other than that, I really got no plans whatsoever. The rest of October is free. November is pretty much free. So yeah, it's just going to be obviously maintaining that intellectual stimulation factor. Not anytime I start getting lethargic, don't like go on the computer, do something. Right now it's just the computer. I can't really think of anything else. The iPhone is starting to slow down. Clash of Clans is getting to the point where it starts to slow down. So it's not continuous play anymore. It's more waiting for builds to finish. And Adventure Communist has slowed down for ages. So I don't know if I want to get another game on there, but maybe, because I do need something to keep me stimulated. But maybe I'll do a mix of programming and computer games. But I would like more stuff on the phone, because the phone is definitely less tiring than the computer in terms of screen usage. So I would like more stuff on the phone, and maybe get a tablet. I think about getting a tablet as well, which is a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to play on, but might cause some more tiredness. I don't know. But I got to think about all of this stuff. Yeah, see how it goes. So yeah, it's not a very long video, but I suppose it's a decent video. It's basically just covering the same sort of stuff, and it is interesting that there's not a daily limit for intellectual stimulation where afterwards I go and just do nothing and relax. So yeah, definitely need to keep on top of that and need to balance it, because I've always been of the case of, I've spent too much time on the computer, I should probably stop now. That's kind of been where I go. But clearly it's one of those opposites things, because yesterday I definitely thought, I shouldn't go back on the computer, and I did, and I felt better. So if I'd gone back on the computer and watched YouTube videos, I'm not sure I would have felt better, but playing games definitely made me feel better. It's crazy. But anyway, we're going to finish this video off now. I do have some background stuff, how I got diagnosed, how I got treated, how I sorted this year, that I definitely want to go into at some point, but there's been so many current events that I've been going through. So if I get if nothing's happening, if there's nothing really to report, then I'll start to go into those. But there'll probably be a lot more days where it's just like, this is an update, this is what happened yesterday, blah, 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 blah. And not much else. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.